In this video, I'm going to be showing you some of the best KAID spots that work 99% of the time. But before we get into it, I just want to say a few things that you can just skip this if you don't want to hear. But if you enjoy this video, please considering liking and subscribing. This is the first time I've ever said this in the beginning of a video, but it helps out a lot and it doesn't really take any time to like and subscribe. It takes like 5 seconds. So if you like the video and you want to see more, like and subscribe. And also, I do want to say I did take a break for a little bit for like 2 weeks, but I'm back now. But yeah, let's just get right into it. Okay, for this first one, we're going to be on Oregon top floor. Now for Oregon, most of the time when people are defending, they pick this site first, and then if they lose, they pick it again. So it's usually the most played site. So it's pretty important to know how to, play KAID, and it is important to set up this site with KAID. So I'm gonna show you how to defend this wall right here while keeping your KAIDs pretty safe and hidden, and I'm gonna give you 2 different ways on how to do it. So for the first way, we're gonna come to this pillar, and to the right of it, just shoot out a little hole like this. So boom, once you shot out a hole like that, throw the KAID. Okay, well I missed. Throw it in between the little holes right there. And now the reason why this is going to work is because first off, they're not really going to notice it. Because look, if you're trying to open up this wall, make a rotate right here, you're going to hit the floorboards a lot. They're just going to think it's part of when you made the rotate or whatever. So that's really good right there. But yeah, basically what you want to do for the second KAID that you want to place down is come into master and shoot a hole right here like that. So a little hole and throw your KAID like that. Now I throw it right there. I don't know if you can like throw it in there or whatever. I'm actually going to test that right now. Okay, so after I tested it, it seems like it really only works if you throw it right here. So we're going to throw it right there. And now as you can see, both walls are electrified. If someone were to come into master, which is a pretty common push for them to be going through master, it's pretty obvious to see this. But most of the time when you're looking over there and all this, you're not really looking down at the dresser. If they're more experienced and they've seen this setup before, then they obviously are going to notice this and probably get rid of it. Most people never seen this before, so they're not going to be paying attention to it, and they're just going to go through and not really pay attention to it. 90% of the time that I do this, they don't find it, and if they do find it, it's most of the time on accident. So yeah, you're going to be pretty safe with that. And with this other one, they can nade it below. That's really the only weakness to it. This seems like it has a lot of weaknesses to it, but bro, I've done this so many times and it works so much. Like I love this is one of my most played sites for KAID. I played KAID a lot before. I don't play them as much as now, but when I do, I definitely do this. I do this every single time if I try to run KAID on this site, and it works almost every time. I mean, you're kind of just taking my word, but it works, and it works in higher ranks. I see this happen all the time in higher ranks. But yeah, let's just get on to the next way you can do this, and I'll show you that right now. All right, for this next one, we're gonna come down into classroom and just throw the KAID right there, right about there, somewhere in that vicinity. You could throw it closer to the base of the fan, whatever you want to do. Somewhere around here is gonna work. And basically, what this is gonna do is obviously gonna electrify the walls upstairs. I'll show you that now. As you can see, it electrified both of the walls. And the reason why this works so well is because most of the time people don't come into classroom, so you don't really need to worry about them seeing it. But if they do come in here, it's pretty easy to see. So if someone does come in here, most of the time it's going to get shot off, but you still have your extra KAID. So you can just throw it upstairs like if you were to normally throw it. But this one is just very good if you just want to try it out. If you don't like the other one, then try this one out. But yeah, like I said, if they do get it off, you still have your other one. So you can just throw it right there or wherever you want to throw it, and you can still get both of the walls. So once they took that one off, they have to still take this one off, which even just this being right here, it's still hard to get off because they are going to have like EMPs or Twitch or something like that. So they have to kind of coordinate that. Once you've thrown another one up, they're going to have to coordinate, okay, we got to get this one off too. But yeah, let's just move on to the next site. Okay, for this next one, we're going to be in Oregon again, and we're going to be on basement. Now for this site, this is a pretty important wall. Now most of the time people make a rotate right here. I'll make a rotate, and now most of the time people make a rotate right here and play with the shield and Wamais or whatever, the Tachanka, however you want to do it. Once they're done holding this off, however they want to do it, they come back over here and reinforce this wall off. Now, once the wall is reinforced, and a good way to keep it protected is doing the strat that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to show you that right now. So what you're going to want to do is come into meeting hall and throw your KAID in this corner like that. Now, when I run downstairs, as you can see, the right wall is electrified. Now, if I were to reinforce this, it's also going to be electrified. Boom. As you can see, both of them are electrified. And for them to find it, most of the time when they're in meeting hall, they're not going to find it. And you can still have an extra one if you want to use it for the hatches, which is what I like to do. I usually like to, keep this hatch electrified so that someone playing Mira is safe, and they're not going to be paying attention to that little corner. When you throw it right on the hatch, they're going to be paying attention to the hatch, and they're not going to be, looking for the KAID claw that's in the corner. So you're going to get both of these electrified. You're going to still have another one for the hatch, and yeah.
Okay, for this next spot, we're going to be on Clubhouse, and we're going to be on CCTV. So this one, a lot of people do this. Is a very common strat, but it is a very good strat. If you want to deny the attackers from getting this wall right here, this main wall, then all you got to do is throw your first KAID right there. And if they want to go in the window, a lot of people nowadays, they just pre-fire that because it is a pretty common spot. But if they don't, then they're not going to be able to see that at all. And the only way they can get it off is with a twitch, because there is a drone hole right here. But if you do run mute or Mazi or whatever, then it's going to be harder for the twitch to just destroy that. For the other KAID claw, just throw it right there. And obviously, it's going to get both of the walls, and it's just going to be harder for them to take it out. And if you have mute, like I said, so basically they can't use Twitch. The only way they can get this off is if they use a nade. So they could nade this one, so that's that's a problem. But if you really wanted to go hard on it, you could put a mute and a Wamai or a Jaeger right there, so they're pretty much never going to get the wall. But if you do that, if you have someone watching red, which most of the time you should have someone watching red, and you should have barbed wire down there, they can't just walk up and shoot it, obviously, and you're going to have to rotate in the head holes here. So walking up red is not going to be an option. They have to do a garage push or a construction push, basically, because you're going to have that wall completely locked down. So now I'm gonna give you another option if you don't want to do this one that I just said. So basically what you want to do is throw your KAID claw right there, and if they want to take this off, now let's say you didn't want to run Wamai or Jaeger, if you throw it over here, it's going to get naded. But if you throw it right here, it obviously is in the open, so Twitch can easily get it. But if you can kill the Twitch drone, then you'll be fine with it. And also they can't shoot it from this window. Like if I'm outside this window, I can't see it. They would need like a zero cam or something like that to actually get it off. If you're wondering how they wouldn't just be able to easily shoot this one in the garage, they have to enter garage. And entering garage, if you're holding down garage, entering garage is impossible to enter if you actually do it right. If you do a zombie, Wamai strat or whatever, then it's just really hard for them to enter garage. So they're basically not going to be able to get this off. And this other one, they can get it off easily if they have Twitch or zero. So that's why I just recommend running Wamai or Jaeger, and just because if you have it set up like this, it's pretty much impossible to get it. If you have your second KAID here or in garage, no matter what, it's pretty much impossible to get this wall open if you have it set up like this. If you have mute, Jaeger, and KAID, there's pretty much no way for them to get in. They have to push from garage and construction, which is just a very hard push in general. So that's why I like to run this, and you're basically going to be getting some free rounds, especially if you're in the lower ranks and they don't know how to do a garage and construction push. Okay, and for the next site, we're going to be on gym and bedroom, and this jacuzzi wall is a very important wall, obviously. And if you just throw it here or wherever, they're easily going to... No way, Okay, well, I might have just lost the KAID claw, but they're going to be trying to get this wall off with Kali or whatever. Impact EMPs, whatever you want to use to try to get the wall off. Now, if they have Thatcher, it's pretty much impossible to, stop them from getting this wall. But if they don't, then what you're going to do is run downstairs. And if you see this beam right here, you can either throw it on this side or on this side. Basically just throw it right there, and so it's gonna get the wall. Now if I were to shoot this off, you would see it would still be getting the wall. They obviously aren't gonna be able to get this off with Twitch because it's below. They aren't gonna be getting it off with zero. They're gonna have to actually go below to get it. And if you have a roamer, you can basically make them waste time or catch them by surprise when they're trying to get it. And if they shoot their Kalis, they're not going to be getting it. And yeah, it's just a pretty good setup. Okay, and the next spot is going to be on border, and you're going to want to hold down this wall. If you just throw it at the top right here, or even if you put it below, it's just very easy to get it off because... I'll show you if I throw it down below. Where you're going to be throwing it is just right here. And now if the attackers just come right here, they just open up this barricade like this, they can literally just get it from outside. They don't even need to enter the building to get the KAID off if you put it below. So that's why I don't like to put it below on this site. And so what I like to do is either throw your first one up here or something like that. You could throw it up on top of that above this ventilation thing, and it'll get this wall right here. Or you could shoot a hole in the floor like this, like we've been doing for a lot of these, and just throw it in there like that. All right, for the next one, we're just going to back up against this wall. And so you're going to want to have your crosshair right about there. That's where I like to put it. And just throw the KAID claw. And as you can see, the corner of the KAID claw is going to hit this wall. And so now both walls are, electrified. And if they're coming in with a drone, it's going to be kind of tough to see this. So that's what I like to do. And all right, so moving on to the next spot, we're going to be in bathrooms and tellers. And for this site, a very common thing that they like to do is they play vertical and use this hatch. They get this hatch open. And if you want to use KAID to get this off, you either throw it right on the hatch or somewhere around the hatch, basically, and that's going to cover it. And so as you can see, if I throw the KAID claw right there, it's obviously going to get the hatch. Now this is pretty hard to get, but if they have Twitch, this is just going to be super easy to get it, because there's a drone hole right here they can go through. There's a drone hole right here, so it's kind of hard to watch for Twitch drones on this site. So what I like to do is I run upstairs. So I'm going to run upstairs where the hatch is. Now, there's a radio right here that's playing music all the time, pretty much. So basically what you're going to do is come to this bookshelf and melee out this part right here, like I did. Just melee in this top part, and it's going to, melee out that right there. Throw your KAID claw inside the little bookshelf like that. And now what this is going to do is they're not going to be able to hear this with this music playing. And it's going to get the hatch. So if they twitch the first KAID claw off, they're gonna be like, why is it still electrocuted? And they're not gonna know why, because even if they do have someone playing vertical up here, they're not gonna hear the electrifying thing right there. They're just gonna hear the electrifying from the actual hatch and the music. It's pretty much gonna secure that, and they're not gonna get the hatch open. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. That's all the KAID spots for this video. If you want to see some more KAID spots, because we still got a lot of rank maps left, like chalet, theme park, and stuff like that, leave a like and comment if you want to see some more, because there's some crazy spots out there. I could actually go over some more crazy spots even on the same maps. So yeah, if you want to see some more, then leave a like and comment. But other than that, subscribe and peace. Bye bye.